Hi guys, I'm here again to read another chapter of Mrs. Master is a Disaster. Sorry that I missed today. I'll try to make sure that I get to you every day reading a new chapter. Chapter 2, Who Wants to Be a Bazillionaire? Okay, it's time for spelling, Mr. Cooper said after all the old fogies were gone. Yay! Shouted all the girls. Boo! Shouted all the boys. Most words are easy to spell, Mr. Cooper told us. You can sound them out. Can somebody spell what Mr. Klutz's job is? Andrea waved her hand in the air like she was trying to signal a plane from a desert island. Mr. Cooper called on her. Of course. Mr. Klutz is the principal, guessed Andrea. Princeple. That's close, said Mr. Cooper. Remember, the principal is your pal. Princapal, guessed Ryan. Nice try, but no, said Mr. Cooper. Just sound it out. Prinsipal, guessed Michael. No, sorry, said Mr. Cooper. Prinsiple, guessed Emily. Mr. Cooper slapped his own forehead. Grown-ups are always slapping their foreheads. Nobody knows why. At that moment, the lunch bell rang. Yay! Everybody shouted as we grabbed our lunch bags and ran out the door. I guess we'll never learn the right way to spell what Mr. Klutz's job is. We walked 1,100,000 miles to the vomitorium. I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Ryan had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, too. But he turned his sandwich upside down and said it was a jelly and peanut butter sandwich. Ryan is weird. Wasn't Grandparents' Day fun? Asked Emily. I hope I never get old, Michael said. I don't want to be an old fogey. Or an old coot, I said. Everybody gets old, Arlo, said Andrea, who calls me by my real name because she knows I don't like it. Getting old is just a part of life. Your grandmother was a cool lady, Alexia, said Emily. I didn't know that she invented all those things. Here the kids are having fun at lunch. Yeah, she invented lots of stuff, said Alexia. Last week she invented a cookie dunker that prevents your hand from getting full of milk when you dunk a cookie. I bet she made a ton of money, I said. Hundreds of dollars. Thousands, said Ryan. Millions, said Neil. Bazillions, said Michael. I don't even know if bazillions is a real word. It sounds like a made-up number, if you ask me, but even if it's fake, Alexia's grandmother must be really rich. Hey, we should invent something and start our own company, I said. Then we could make bazillions. AJ, you're a genius, said Ryan. I should get the Nobel Prize for that idea. Instead of going to recess after we finished lunch, we went to Mr. Klutz's office. When we got there, he was hanging upside down from a bar near the ceiling. He had on boots that were attached to the bar. What are you doing up there? I asked. Oh, just hanging around, Mr. Klutz said as he pulled himself out of the boots and jumped down to the floor. What can I do you for? This must be pretty important for you kids to miss recess. Here's Mr. Klutz hanging upside down. We want to start a company like my grandma did, said Alexia. That's a great idea, said Mr. Klutz. I like my students to think big. What sort of company do you want to start? We don't know, said Andrea. We should make something, said Ryan. Well, what do you want to make? Asked Mr. Klutz. We want to make bazillions, I said. Said Mr. Klutz. I don't know if I can help you. I don't know the first thing about starting a company. That's when I came up with another genius idea. Why don't you call your grandma on the phone, Alexia? I suggested. Maybe she'll help us. That's a great idea, Mr. Klutz said as he picked up his phone. No wonder I'm in the gifted and talented program. Alexia told Mr. Klutz the cell phone number for Mrs. Master, and he dialed it. It was like the TV show where they ask people questions, and if they can't answer them, they call a friend. Mr. Klutz turned on the speaker on his phone so that we could hear what Alexia's grandmother had to say. "Hello," said Mrs. Master. "This is Mr. Klutz over at elementary school," said Mr. Klutz. "May I speak with Mrs. Master?" "Speaking," said Mrs. Master. "You really inspired Alexia and her classmates this morning," said Mr. Klutz. "Now they want to start their own company. Can you give them any advice?" "I'm pretty much retired now, so I'll have plenty of time," replied Mrs. Master. "I'll be right over." "Yay!" we all shouted. Tomorrow I will read What Does Everybody Need? And that chapter is a little bit longer than today's chapter. I just wanted to tell you all that I miss you very much. I hope you're staying well and staying safe. And I love seeing your videos and your pictures of all the hard work that you're doing. I hope to see you soon in class. Bye.